think, well, that would actually be a great opportunity to work together with Switzerland, do come and tell us. We were talking about this before, to do more joint events as this one, the Swiss-China Cooperation Forum 209. And we just started, we were just discussing this afternoon a concept for a survey among Chinese students and scholars in Switzerland, and we did agree that the proposal will come back to me within the next 2 weeks. And we were also talking about the project of a summer school to better prepare for living and working in Switzerland, targeted at Chinese students coming to Switzerland. So that's, I guess, some of the ideas for our future collaboration. And this is my team at SwissNext Shanghai. We're all looking forward to being your partner, to collaborate with you. If you have a question, if you are in Shanghai, give us a call, come by, and we can also organize an event. And as we are at the eve of the Chinese New Year, a happy Chinese New Year in Klailer, and I hope to see you in Shanghai. Thank you very much for your attention.
Devote great effort to the bridge building of Swiss-China collaboration. And today it's our great honor to have the President, Mr. Wagner, here to give his presentation about yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Let's give him our warmest welcome. Thank you.
Our guests, dear friends, please allow me to begin by cordially thanking you for your kind invitation to today's meeting of the Association of Chinese Students and Scholars in Zurich. I would also like to express my appreciation for your great commitment to our country, to our present and continuing education. This commitment strengthens the connections between the People's Republic of China and the Swiss Confederation. Thank you for your loyalty to our country and to our educational institutions. Your role as an intellectual bridge builders between the small country of Switzerland and the world power China is vital to the bilateral relations between Switzerland and China. The Swiss-Chinese Society, over which I have the honor to preside, pursues similar in the areas of culture, economics, science and tourism. With respect for the diversity of history, of language, of traditions, of the political systems, and with consideration for the size of both countries, we prefer to place greater emphasis on what brings us together rather than what sets us apart, and thereby contribute to mutual communication, tolerance, and world peace. In China, one might say, to achieve harmony. Switzerland enjoys high esteem in China. This is because Switzerland ranked among the first countries to recognize China in 1949 and to establish diplomatic relations within 1950. This important step, a decision by the Swiss Minister of Foreign Affairs at the time, Max Petitpierre, has never been forgotten and is mentioned in official speeches to this very day. Relations between both countries have developed quite pleasantly since then. I would like to choose just a few examples along these lines, knowing that it would be worthwhile to make a comprehensive, scientifically founded compilation. I will highlight the following areas in my presentation. I speak about culture, economic relation, science, environmental protection or sustainability, politics, and tourism. To the cultural activities. The diversity of the languages hinders Chinese and Swiss from easily sharing mutual activities and communication. This fact lends specially meaning to cultural exchange. For example, in 1980, a large and very important archaeological exhibition took place in the Kunsthaus Zurich. This is the art museum in Zurich, quite near from the ETH. This was shortly after the opening of the People's Republic of China under Deng Xiaoping in 1978, when the newly discovered terracotta soldiers or figures were shown for the first time in Europe. This exhibition left a deep impression of the history of China in Switzerland and particularly in Zurich. As a result, in 1982, Zurich, the city council, began a partnership with the city of Kunming, the capital of Yunnan province. That event in the Kunsthaus Zurich led to further exhibitions. For instance, in the Asian Planet Museum, the Museum Redberg, for example, Dian, a lost dynasty in Yunnan, a beautiful, marvelous exhibition, and additional important exhibitions of archaeological discoveries and Chinese painting. Reciprocally, in 1987, a large exhibition about Zurich took place in Kunming, in our sister city, which allowed thousands of Chinese to get a first picture of our country and of the city of Zurich. Our symphony orchestra, the Tonal Orchestra Zurich, visited China in the 80s. It was 1982. And I must say that China openly welcomes Western classical music. The Zurich Chamber Orchestra, as guest orchestra, has had repeated successful tours in China. Moreover, this year, provided financing can be secured, the Zurich Chamber Orchestra plans to appear at the Shanghai Music Festival, performing the work from Joseph Haydn, the Schöpfung, the creation. Thank you. Many groups of artists from China, among them the Peking Opera, the Kunshi Opera, acrobatic groups, painters, calligraphers, dancers, and theatre ensembles, have also brought Chinese culture to Switzerland and aroused interest and curiosity. Of particular mention is the traditional Chinese New Year concert performed in Lucerne. This year, on January 30th, it takes place in the presence of the Ambassador and the Consul General of the People's Republic of China and under the patronage of our Society Swiss Chinese Association. Finally, it is also worth mentioning that the largest and probably most important collection of contemporary Chinese painters is located in Switzerland. I mean the collection of Rita and Uli Sick, the former ambassador of Switzerland to China. This exhibition has achieved worldwide attention and acts as a broker for the current cultural work of Chinese artists in our country. To the economics. It is significant that economic exchange indicates the intensity of relations between two nations. And no secret that economic relations between Switzerland and China have developed very well in the last 50 years. It is worth mentioning that a Swiss company, it was Schindler Elevators, secured the first joint venture between a foreign and a Chinese enterprise. It was in the year 1974. For many years, this legal form was the only possible way of actively participating in the Chinese market. In the course of China's rapid economic development, the number of possible business models has increased and wholly owned companies are now possible. The large pharmaceutical enterprises, for instance Roche or Novartis, have factories and research divisions in Shanghai. ABB employs approximately 12,000 employees in China and receives large orders in the energy sectors, which positively affect employment